Hey guys, welcome back. So in this next section, what we're going to do is front tear down of the suspension. Start with the drag link. We're going to take off the tie rods on both ends of the drag link, get those replaced. We're going to do sway bar bushings, sway bar end links, control arm bushings. We're going to upgrade the hardware. It's a great upgrade to get rid of that stock hardware that tends to be a little bit too small for the bushings and the track bar. The tie rod linkage is going to get replaced and a few other components. So stay tuned with me and we'll see what we can do in this episode. This may be a few more episodes when we get everything back together. Like I said, it's getting replaced. Custom. Well, at both tie rod ends, it's 21 millimeters to get this nut off. I got it loosened already, so I'm just going to thread it off the rest of the way. And then I'm going to use that tie rod puller. Alright. Simply just going to, let me see here. This is going to go under the boot. Gonna take a 3/4 inch socket, start tightening it down. So it broke loose pretty good. Should be able to pop that out of there now. Alright, I got the nut freed up for that tie rod end. Next thing I'm going to do is get a little light so you can see. So next thing I'm going to do is take this zip tie here and put it around the threads, so when I put the new one in, it'll be roughly in the same ballpark where the previous tie rod was. So there won't have to be much adjustment for an alignment. Well, I WD-40'd the shit out of it, so that's probably why it threads out so nice. This style of tie rod end actually has two collars that you have to loosen up, and this is a way you can adjust it, as well as this end here. So it should be pretty easy. You should have to just loosen up this end and spin the tie rod off. Fuck, whoa. Alright, we got movement. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to pry this out of here. Alright, I got the upper bolt broke free. here it is. Alright, I picked up some parts while I was out. These are the sway bar links from these are the factory links that actually go on the rear, but where it's got a lift in it, they are going to be an exact fit for the front because they're 9 inches from eyelet to eyelet, and this will be for the end that goes into the steering knuckle. Alright, I'm glad I keep old pieces of metal and stuff around. I'm gonna go for this and see what happens. It's probably gonna want to do that. Let me see. If I can pivot. We'll try it. Whatever. It's the worst that can happen. Alright. The upper control arm where it attaches to the axle bracket here is 19mm for both the nut and bolt side. I'm going to loosen that right now. As you can tell right here, these are the 2-piece style bushings that go in there. No, they're pretty dry rotted and shrunk, so. I got some 220 grit. Just gonna wrap it around this piece of plastic here. And it's gonna clean the inside. Anyway, you get the idea. Just clean it up and get ready for the new bushing. Alright, some parts came in the mail, so I got a few things that I can start on today. Ball joint press kit, just a cheap one. And it should work pretty good. Feels alright, feels pretty sturdy. I got a steering stabilizer kit, just a single stabilizer. Bar bushings and the tie rod end for the Pitman arm end. Alright, it's going to take me a while to do, but you get the point. Well, with a little persuasion and ingenuity, she popped right out of there. I ended up using an old bearing, or a race rather, I guess, on one side, and then I stepped down to a smaller socket for the pusher. What's this one? The 1.25 inch, yeah. With the washer inside. And the other side looks like it might be a pain because of that drop bracket for the stabilizer bar. Looks like it's in the way, so we'll see. Alright guys, I really couldn't get a lot of video of this because it was a pain in the ass to get in there, and I had to keep adjusting the ball joint press to clear everything. Anyway, I ended up taking an old bearing race and cut it in half, and I slipped it over this void here, like that. So when I went to press it in, it was compressing on that. Because if not, these two tabs will pinch together and your new bushing will go in cockeyed. So we're going to do sway bar bushings. This front one should come off pretty easily with the impact. It's 5/8. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and break the other one loose. There it is. Let's see here. There we go, starting to come down. So I'm just using garage door silicone lubricant here. And I'm going to try to work this bushing off because it looks like it doesn't split open like the new ones. Right. Just like that. These ones split open like this, so you can install them a little easier than having to start from the end of the sway bar shaft there. There we go. Just like that. So we'll bolt it up in place and it should squish together nice and good. Alright, that side's all done. Thanks for watching the third part of the series. We got most of the front end suspension components off and we're just about ready to go ahead and install all of our new stuff. Still waiting on a few parts to arrive in the mail, but as soon as they do, we'll do everything all at once.